Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into a world where the toughest material on Earth isn't just getting tougher.
Yeah, it's doing things you'd never expect, like bending, stretching.
And even healing itself. We all know diamonds, right?
Yeah.
Super hard, symbol of strength, beauty.
Totally. But what if I told you that exact hardness, that legendary strength, has actually been its biggest limitation in a lot of high-tech areas?
Okay, limitation. How so?
Well, think about it. What if you could have a diamond that wasn't just hard, but also incredibly tough, resistant to shattering, or even elastic, or, get this, could actually fix its own cracks?
Elastic diamond. Self-healing diamond. That sounds like pure science fiction.
It really does. But it's happening in labs right now. That's what our deep dive is all about today. This groundbreaking research changing everything we thought we knew about diamond. Yeah. We're digging into a really fascinating review article from Nature Materials. It's called Microstructure Engineering in Diamond-Based Materials. And it's by a team from the Center for High Pressure Science at Yanshan University in China, Anmin Ni, Zhishengzhao Buzhu, and Yongjun Pian.
Got it.
And our mission, really, is to understand how these scientists and others they cite are basically redesigning diamond from the inside out, like on a microscopic level.
We unlock properties we thought were impossible. Okay, let's unpack that. Diamond.
Yeah, unparalleled hardness. That's why we use it for cutting, grinding.
Exactly. And in science, for high-pressure experiments, plus it's amazing at conducting heat away, keeps things cool.
Right?
It has a wide band gap, good for electronics. It's transparent. Fantastic stuff.
There's always a but, isn't there? What's the Achilles heel here?
There is one, and it's huge. Despite all that hardness, diamond is, well, notoriously brittle.
Brittle, like glass, hard to scratch, but hit it wrong?
Precisely. It shatters. It lacks toughness. So under impact, sudden stress, crack, and that brittleness. Plus, honestly, the difficulty and cost of shaping it and making big, perfect artificial diamonds, it's held it back from wider use in tech. Like that supercar that can only drive on perfect roads.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So the big challenge, how do you make the perfectly hard material even better, more versatile, especially when that hardness makes it fragile?
And that's where this idea of microstructure engineering comes in.
Yeah.
It's really clever. Scientists aren't just trying to make bigger or purer diamonds anymore.
They're going smaller.
I'm inside the diamond.
Exactly. They're redesigning its internal structure down at the nanoscale.
Yeah.
Think of it like building a house. It's not just about strong bricks.
It's how you arrange them, how they connect, the layers.
Perfect. It's all about the arrangement. The authors of that Nature Materials review, Ni and colleagues, put it technically, they're exploiting the Hall Petch and quantum confinement effects through grain or twin refinement.
Okay, Hall Petch, quantum confinement, break that down. What does it mean for diamond?
It means getting hands-on with the tiny internal building blocks, the grains, inside the diamond structure. And this isn't totally new. People have been poking at this for a while.
Go back to 2003. There was a big paper in Nature. A Japanese team, Arifune, Kurio, Sakamoto, Inoue, and Sumiya.
Okay.
They synthesized something called nanopolycrystalline diamond, NPD for short.
Nanopolycrystalline.
Yeah.
So lots of tiny crystals.
Exactly. They started with graphite.
Yeah.
Basically pencil lead, and used extreme heat and pressure. But the result was diamond made of incredibly tiny grains, like 10 to 30 nanometers across.
Nanometers. That's ridiculously small. Smaller than viruses.
Way smaller. And the effect, making those grains so tiny, resulted in diamond that was significantly harder than normal.
Harder. How does making the pieces smaller make the whole thing harder?
It's mostly down to something called the Hall Petch effect. Think of it like this. Inside any crystal, there are tiny imperfections, dislocations. They move around when the material is stressed, which eventually leads to bending or breaking.
Sure.
Grain boundaries and the edges where these tiny grains meet act like roadblocks. They stop those dislocations from moving easily.
So more grains means smaller grains, which means more roadblocks.
You got it. More roadblocks, harder for dislocations to move, so the material gets much harder overall. It was a huge insight. Controlling the nanoscale architecture lets you engineer strength.
But science loves complexity. Was it just smaller is always better?
Ha! Nope.
Yeah.
There was a twist. A few years later, 2007, Sumiya and Arifune reported something else, this time in J. Mater. Res.
What did they find?
They found if you pushed it too far, made the grains too small, like under 10 nanometers, especially if you didn't start from graphite. Sometimes the hardness actually went down.
Down? Smaller made it weaker?
In certain cases, yeah. It's called the reverse Hall Petch effect.
Yeah.
It just shows how complex these nanoscale interactions are. It's not always simple.
Fascinating. Okay, so if super tiny isn't always the answer, what's next? How else can you tweak this microstructure?
Well, this leads us to what many think is like the really cutting edge stuff right now, nano-wind diamond, NTD.
Nano-wind? What's a twin and a diamond?
Good question. Twin boundaries are another type of internal interface. Imagine, like, perfectly aligned seams running through the crystal. They're different from grain boundaries.
How are they different?
They also act as barriers to those dislocations, so they increase hardness, but often they cost less energy for the material to form. It's a potentially more efficient way to strengthen it.
And did it work? What were the results?
Oh yeah, big time. In 2014, Huang and his team published in Nature. They made this NTD starting from these tiny carbon spheres called onion nanoparticles.
Carbon onions. Okay.
And the resulting diamond had these incredibly thin twins, just 5 nanometers apart on average. The hardness, nearly double that of a normal single diamond crystal.
Double. Wow. How?
It's thought to be a combo effect. You still get that Hall-Petch strengthening from the boundaries, but also something called the quantum confinement effect kicks in.
Quantum confinement. That sounds heavy.
It just means when things get that small, the electrons inside start behaving differently in ways that can actually boost the material's properties, like strength.
Doubling diamond's hardness. That's already amazing. But you mentioned control, like really fine control.
It gets even wilder. In 2021, Pan and colleagues, writing in PNAS, they made nano-wind diamond from carbon nanotubes.
Okay.
And this stuff showed incredible mechanical anisotropy.
Anisotropy, meaning it's different depending on the direction.
Exactly, like wood grain, but in diamond. If they measured the hardness perpendicular to these nano-wind bundles, it was off the charts, almost twice as hard as when they measured parallel to the bundles.
That is incredible control, building directional strength into diamond itself.
Right. It shows you can really start tailoring these properties.
Which must bring us back to the brittleness problem. Can this fine-tuning make diamond tough as well as hard?
That's the next logical step. And yes, that's where composites come in, combining different structures.
Composites. Like mixing materials.
Sort of, but all within the diamond structure itself. Remember Yu et al.'s 2020 Nature paper? They created these hierarchically structured NTD composites, NTDC.
Hierarchical. So structures within structures.
Yeah, pretty much. They integrated different diamond forms, nano-winds, interlocking nanograins, a whole mix. And the result?
Let me guess. Harder and tougher.
Bingo. Hardness was right up there with the best NTD, but the toughness. It was better than NTD, even better than some strong metal alloys, like magnesium alloys.
Wow, that really tackles the hardness-toughness trade-off head-on.
It's a massive deal in material science. Usually you make something harder, it gets more brittle. They found a way around that.
Okay, so super hard, super tough diamonds. What about other functions? Can you build in, say, electrical properties?
Now you're thinking like these researchers. Absolutely. Look at graphite diamond hybrids. They call it gradia.
Gradia.
Yeah, discovered by Luo et al., reported in Nature in 2022. These materials have these unique, seamless connections between bits of graphite and bits of diamond.
So blending the properties of both. Graphite conducts electricity, diamond doesn't.
Exactly. This hybrid lets you potentially tune the electrical conductivity alongside the mechanical strength. Imagine a super strong part that can also carry current or act as a sensor.
That's a huge leap.
Yeah.
Suddenly, diamond isn't just a passive hard material.
Right, and there's more, like at all. Just last year in Nature Materials made a composite embedding nanodiamonds in disordered graphene layers.
Graphene, okay.
It ended up being ultra strong and electrically conductive. Not as conductive as metal, but way more than normal diamond, while staying super hard. So yes, adding totally new functions.
This is wild. Okay, I also heard you mention amorphous diamond. That sounds like a contradiction. Isn't diamond defined by its crystal structure?
Traditionally, yes. But scientists can now make a non-crystalline form, amorphous. Think of glass versus quartz crystal. Glass is amorphous, random atoms, quartz is ordered.
So diamond glass.
Kind of. And the real kicker, Zhang et al. In Nadelsi Revin in 2022 made this advanced amorphous carbon, AM3, starting from buckyball C60 molecules.
Okay.
This stuff is incredibly hard, and get this, it can actually scratch crystalline diamond.
Wait, an amorphous diamond scratches regular diamond, the hardest known material.
Apparently so. It's mind-bending. It shows just how versatile carbon is and how weird arrangements can lead to unexpected superpowers. Sheng et al. Also did key work here, making similar ultra-hard amorphous carbons reported in Nature in 2021.
Okay, my mind is officially bent. What other impossible things are they making diamond do? Can it bend? Like, actually bend.
It sounds crazy, right? Diamond, the symbol of unyieldingness. But yeah, at the nanoscale, it can. Me at all. Again, this time in Nature Communications in 2019.
What did they do?
They took tiny diamond and nanoneedles and stretched them. They achieved tensile strains. That's how much you stretch something before it breaks, of up to 13.4%.
13% stretch in the...
With how breaking, it was approaching the theoretical elastic limit of diamond. Dang it all. Also showed amazing elastic stretching in Science in 2021. So, yes, at tiny scales, it can be surprisingly stretchy.
Okay, stretching is one thing. Snaps back, right?
Okay.
What about permanent bending, like a paperclip? Can diamond do that?
That's plasticity. And normally, no way. Diamond under that kind of stress just shatters. But
There's a but.
there's a huge but. Knee et al., again, in the journal Matter in 2020, made an absolutely groundbreaking discovery. Single crystal diamond can show room temperature plasticity.
It can bend permanently without breaking at room temperature.
Yes. It deforms without fracturing. This just completely upends decades of assumptions about how diamond behaves. It's like seeing rock flow.
That is genuinely shocking. Okay. Hard, tough, stretchy, bendy diamonds. What's the ultimate wow moment from all this? The one that sounds truly impossible.
For me, personally, it has to be the self-healing diamond.
Self-healing, like
Yes.
like Wolverine's claws.
Huh. Maybe not that fast, but yeah, the principle. Key et al. Publishing in Nature Materials in 2023, they found this capability in that hierarchical NTDC composite material we talked about earlier.
The super tough one.
That's the one. They found it can autonomously mend its own cracks at ambient temperature. No heat, no special conditions, it just heals.
Okay, how? How does an inanimate object fix itself? That sounds like biology, not material science.
It's incredible. When a crack forms, these tiny amorphous carbon regions form on the broken surfaces. The researchers called them diamond osteoblasts.
It's like bone-building cells.
Exactly. And as these surfaces come close, the forces between them change, they attract, and new carbon-carbon bonds actually form across the gap, stitching it closed.
Wow.
They measured a 34% recovery in strength after healing. Imagine a tool getting a micro crack and just fixing itself before it fails. The implications are staggering.
Staggering is right. And you mentioned electronics earlier. Does tweaking the structure affect that too?
Oh, definitely. Shit at all. In PNAS papers back in 2019 and 2020 showed that just by mechanically straining diamond, you can dramatically change its electronic properties.
Like how?
They could narrow its band gap, basically making it easier for electrons to move through it. They even suggested you could potentially make it metallic, conductive like a metal, just by stretching it without losing its strength or thermal properties.
So diamond transistors.
Yeah.
Diamond-based electronics that are also super tough.
That's the potential, yeah.
Yeah.
And remember Gradia, the graphite diamond hybrid, and amorphous diamond. They also have tunable electronic and optical properties. It's opening up whole new avenues for diamond beyond just being hard.
Okay, let's bring this home. What does all this mean for us, for the future? Where does this lead?
Well, the practical applications are huge. Take high-pressure science. Making bigger, tougher nano-wind diamonds could revolutionize diamond anvil cells dies.
Those devices that squeeze things incredibly hard.
Right. Current ones hit maybe 400 gigapascals. Using these new 200 GP hard NTD materials, they think they could push that towards 2,000 gigapascals.
2,000. That's immense pressure. Why do we need that? What does that unlock?
It could let us finally create things like metallic hydrogen, maybe find room temperature superconductors, or understand the cores of planets, Earth's inner core, gas giants, fundamental stuff about the universe.
Unlocking cosmic secrets by squeezing harder.
Yeah.
And the self-healing diamond, the everyday potential there seems enormous.
Absolutely. It could lead to totally new ways to bond brittle ceramics. Think jet engine parts, medical implants, maybe even your coffee mug. Having components that can self-repair tiny flaws before they cause a catastrophic break, huge for safety and durability.
Making things last longer, work better, be safer.
Exactly.
And finally, these techniques,
Mm-hmm.
this microstructure engineering, it's not just for diamond, is it?
Not at all. The strategies they're refining with diamond, they can potentially be adapted to other brittle materials like common ceramics, silicon carbide.
Which is used in brakes, body armor, lots of things.
Right. Imagine making those materials super hard, super tough, using these same nanostructure and ideas. It could transform industries from aerospace to energy to medicine. It's a fundamental shift in how we design materials.
Okay, so let's try and sum up this incredible deep dive. What are the key takeaways for you listening?
I'd say first, diamond, which we thought we knew, is being totally reinvented by controlling its internal structure at the nanoscale. That's microstructure engineering.
Right. And second, this unlocks truly astonishing new properties. We're talking beyond hardness, incredible toughness, elasticity, bendability even, self-healing.
Yeah, self-healing. And third, this isn't just lab curiosity. It paves the way for real-world advances. Tunable electronics, self-repairing tools, materials that are smarter and tougher than ever.
The work by Ni, Zhao, Zhu, and Tian, and all the researchers building this field, it really shows the power of material science to just redefine what's possible, even with a material we thought was completely understood.
Absolutely. They're pushing boundaries we didn't even know were there.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you. If scientists can teach diamond the very symbol of unyieldingness to bend, stretch, and heal itself, what other impossible abilities might be hiding inside the materials we use every single day? How could a world of self-healing, super strong, adaptable materials change your life?